Welcome back to Craig's Custom Cooking. Tonight I'm going to make a butter poached salmon medallions with asparagus. To prep our asparagus, I'm going to peel it. So you just take your peeler, just very lightly take off the outside skin, and then I'll put it in the water. I've already cut the ends off so they're all the same length. Do one more. And then we're going to put this asparagus in water. We're going to blanch it until it's soft enough to our liking. If you like it crunchier, you just blanch it a shorter amount of time. If you like it softer, you'll blanch it a little bit longer. In this pan, I have my salmon. I cut it into like 3/4 to 1 inch medallions. And in this pan, I took some sweet butter and I just melted it a little bit in the microwave. You don't want it to separate. And then you're just going to coat the top of your salmon with your butter. All right, now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let that butter solidify on top of it. Now I'm going to make the Chardonnay chive sauce that's going to go on the plate. So I'm going to turn my burner on medium high. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to let that melt. Right, my butter's melted down. Now I'm going to add my shallots. This is 2 shallots that are chopped up. And we're just going to saute these until they're translucent. All right, I have my water on here. I put some salt in it. I'm going to bring this to a boil for my asparagus. And my onions are doing well. This is saffron. That's all you get in a jar. And this was $31. So this is very, very expensive. You don't need it if you can't afford it. But if you can, it comes from, it's the petals out of a flower. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to add 1 cup of Chardonnay. It's a wine, but it'll cook out. So we're going to add that in there. And then we're going to reduce this by half. So I'll bring you back. All right, in this pan I have my boiling water. I'm going to drop in my asparagus. We're going to cover it. We're going to blanch this for 5 minutes. And then in this pan, I'm going to turn my heat on to medium. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of whipping cream. We're going to whisk this in really good. Just bring it up to a simmer. We don't want to, you can see the red saffron inside of the sauce. So now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of a coarse stone ground yellow mustard. So we add the 2 tablespoons, and then we're going to whisk this in really well. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of freshly chopped chives. Whisk it in really good. Like I said, we're just going to bring this up to a simmer. We don't want to boil it because of the heavy cream. And now the last thing we do is we add 2 more tablespoons of sweet butter. We're going to whisk this in. This will give it a glossy appearance at the end when you put it on the plate. And it also adds to the flavor of it. So we're going to turn the burner off and set this to the back. Let it cool. Now my broccoli should be done. Let me take it out. Yeah, see it bends. So it's to the tenderness that we like. Now I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put it in a pan of ice water immediately to cool it down. Once we get it all in the ice water, we let it cool. I'm going to put my lid back on, turn off my burner, and move my pan out of the road. So this is my fish, or my salmon, with the butter on top. I put it in a pan with aluminum foil. I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, I have my fish in the oven. It's at 375 degrees. I put it in there for 5 minutes. We're just going to cook it till it's 125 degrees internal temperature. I have 2 tablespoons of butter in my frying pan. This recipe calls for a lot of butter. So if you're on a diet, this is probably not the recipe for you. And all we're going to do, we're going to put our asparagus in here and just warm it back up. We're not looking to cook it much more, just warm it. Let me get this up to temperature, and I'll bring you back. My timer's just about to go off. So I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to check the temperature of the salmon with an instant read thermometer. It's about 94 degrees. I'm going to put it back in. All right. While the salmon in the oven is getting ready, I'm going to show you how we plate this up. So you're going to take your asparagus. You're just going to lay it on the sauce that we made, the Chardonnay sauce. Just like so. And we'll wait for the asparagus to come out, or the salmon to come out of the oven. All right, my salmon is done. It's at 125 degrees. So this has the skin on it. Gonna fall apart. It's done. Even though it's very, very tender, it's done. We'll put this on here. Let me plate the other one up. We'll see you at the table. Welcome to our table. This is the butter poached salmon that I made on asparagus in the Chardonnay chive sauce. Wow. So let's give it a try.
Wow, it looks so delicious and looks very professional. I mean, the display.
Salmon's very good. Very good.
I like the asparagus too. Let me try the salmon. Very tender.
This is coho salmon. It's very good quality salmon. So you can use it in sushi, so it can actually be eaten raw. So that's why we didn't cook it a whole lot. We only cooked it to 125 degrees inside. It's delicious. It's so tender, it's just falling apart.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you hear a noise in the background, it's our dog going crazy with something. He's playing with it.
Yeah.
Now he's coming over here. So we're gonna finish our meal. If you like our channel, please subscribe, hit the like button and the bell for future notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.